they don't have an easy opponent, Kenny.
You don't always want to go so aggressive, though, if you're the gym carrier here, Kenny. So
much quicker, 15 on the shot clock. Ice Crow getting a kill, and now they're diving in. That's the kill that they needed. It's going to be neck and neck here. Does dash away, though. Doritos with
gaming side, too.
Calm before the storm, and now it's unleashed. Doritos diving in. The same can be said for Big Super going down. The insta-freeze eradicates every member of Olympus squad, and it's down to Ice Crow here. He's going to have to pull up a 3v1, but it's no good. BC Gaming...
A close 3-2. No, it was 3-0 over Casa Brawl for Algorithm. This, right? Just have a player on the point of that Juju abusing the wall.
Serious damage, but not any to get in here. They want to hide behind this indestructible wall. Firecrow's got the super ready. Golden is outranged against both fire. Instead to go for the ricochet shot, which is coming in extra handy.
Appreciate your honesty, Ready. I mean, we're all of us at home. We are surprised.
Deserve the 2. I love to see the Shelly come out of them. Let's see if our next matchup is also showing us some very interesting draft decisions here, Ken. 82% here vote for Casa Brawl. That's
times, and as a result, it's going to be both ends going for glory. There's a lot of damage pouring in the final seconds. 1%. Legion Otaku hold on. 1-0 lead, but that's as close as it.
Hurl himself at the station and try and end the round here and now. Dacon low, hypercharge available, but Jubilee has one as well. He's instantly silenced up, but it's only for 1 second. The poison mushroom got to find a super though and drag Pekka into the shadow realm, but Jubilee is going to work on that save, as is Motep, and now all 3 players from Casa Brawl. You're going to see that save go very, very low, and Legion Otaku cannot race against this down because there is no need to rush this. If you are Legion Otaku, you have a massive player advantage. Bast is able to back away from that Jubilee damage there, and here goes Portok straight on in. Dacon doesn't have to super there for the damage, but it's going to be Pekka to the rescue there. Hypercharge popped. Jubilee caught inside the tower now, but Dacon is marked, and Jubilee can still damage them from the other side. And now Bast will be cleaned up here. A cheat cartridge really worked in the draft. Casa Brawl back boost of your opponents as they try and get towards your gem. A injector comes out. Pekka's got behind enemy lines, but Bast is unmoved. Happy just to sit briefly. So Bast will be slowed up briefly. Here's Jubilee trying to pressure on that left-hand side of the map, though, when Dacon goes a little bit low, even with the healing tonic in play. They're going to go for a rattled hide, but Pekka runs into them and runs himself down. Dacon, Portox both low. There's a real opening for Casa Brawl to apply some pressure, and that's exactly what Motep wants. It's an easy walk in, or it should have been, but the goal doesn't quite connect. Jubilee has to walk it in left. Another rattled hive comes out. You've got to respect the damage, but Jubilee theoretically would have the mobility to avoid most of it. Instead, he just face tanks it. 14 seconds left to the round, and Legion Otaku are on their last legs here, Kenny.
And the ball pocketed on the top right-hand side, trying to make magic happen, give somebody else a chance at a grand finals, but it's no such thing. Casa Brawl silenced the doubters, and will continue on through our tournament.
Loco on the sand here, on the right side of the screen, already attracting a lot of attention as Doritos tries to keep him standing. But the damage coming in here from the Daryl is pretty problematic now. We are going to be somewhat racing one another, and BC Gaming Safe already taking a bit of a battering.
We'll see Surge respawn.
Though does go below BC Games, but here is the melody difference. Kyodog shielding up, ignoring Derp, and again, it's pretty important. There's a little bit of risk associated with pulling the RT in, of course.
At a hypercharge. So Louder now.
With all that said, BC Gaming only get 11% now, and Adinho actually feels confident finally enough to step up and fight the 8-bit, who now has that boosted booster by the looks of things here to really hit hard.
That's supreme confidence.
Go out there. So nice use of the hypercharge there by Adinho. These porters are not really having a huge impact, and Derp is forced to pop that hypercharge here, at least get some presence and control now as Doritos literally makes an ice cream red carpet for Derp to step up and have some point control, because BC Gaming cannot let Loud back into position again. Kyodog goes low, and these porters are a big problem for Squeak. You can see the damage they're getting. In fact, they actually bring the brawler down. Adinho trying to fly over the point here, but it looks like BC Gaming won't be shifted. We're running out of time. BC Gaming have that lead, and Loud don't have the ability to get back into the game.
Lion's Den, but there's no use. BC Gaming, the spins and pins are out. They've done it.
But Christian responds with one of his own. Fourth brawler hitting the mapping. Christian falls, and a hypercharge missed. Could have been devastating, but just off the mark.
Jubilee in his tracks does manage to do so and stops him mid-roll. 1% left to go, and RH
early preemptive shot that is a miss. Christian capitalizes though, moves down the right hand side. Pekka jumping into the arms of Brian. They will have a little extra
position by the windup that nearly made contact with both Brian and Christian at the same time, but SK Calalas are holding back nothing at all to take down Brian. He gets 2, especially with the gadget, and now Everyone closing in on Jubileu. That's 3 contacts in a row for RHZ. Motep, the last one standing, looking for the 1v2 of a lifetime.
He's gonna have to have some insane mechanics here. He's already down to half HP. A teleport through, the walking cane secures, and marks I had about this Casa Brawl comp, it has really come back into fruition here in the second half.
Casa Brawl is looking good at the moment. RHZ tries to push forward, but he's got to fight through the gauntlet of both P.E.K.K.A and Motep's hypercharges, but he's still alive. Barry is putting in the work, and he's got a hypercharge of his own now, stopped in his tracks, mid-motion by Motep. But the positioning is here for SKC. They cannot weather another push from Casa Brawl. If Casa Brawl gets control once again, then it's GG. And if SKC manage to bring this all the way to the end, then they've got a double match point on their hands.
Speed zone down, Jubileu now left-handed. P.E.K.K.A trying to work his way up. Hypercharge once again for Motep. Barry dives straight into the eye of the storm, and it's just a lone Motep. Team wipe goes down, and the blue side are now 1 game away from a brand new grand finals that we have yet to see.
Control still belong to SK Calalas. Now for this new game match point for SKC, we'll see a similar dynamic right off the beginning. Jubileu on the right side, shut down by Christian. P.E.K.K.A also going to get cycled back to the respawn, and SKC in the lead.
Oh boy. Do they have the lead? And now they have control as well. Motep is not a top frag. Doesn't have a super available, so Jubileu is going to have to branch out the old-fashioned way. Just get some tags, take some damage, and hope it works out. Rattled Hive going down. Heals coming in from Christian, and P.E.K.K.A being forced away. Rats flying. I mean, SKC have the world going for them.
Jubileu now in with a hypercharge, trying to make an impact. Could get on top of Brian, set him on fire, but he's a one-man army fighting against 3 brawlers on SKC. They're in a great position. They have the slow, they have 2 hypercharges. It's going to pop them both at the same time. Could be an overcommitment. They still got 20% to go to the grand finals.
And just 15% away, SKC could make magic happen. P.E.K.K.A climbing his way up, trying to push Christian and Brian off the map, but to no avail. The reign of terror is over in South America. After 1 year wait, we will have a new Grand Finals champion in our month number 2.
Not even that. Both of the top 2 teams in this region.
Interesting to box them in right here. I guess they're going to try and walk it in the final seconds. I think Loco fumbled. Oh, I think he tried to shoot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he could have just walked that in.
He was 2k HP. I think he could have just continued to move forward there and he would have had himself a goal. So SKC get a bit lucky there, but still need to find a way to really control this map. It's going to have to be RHZ doing something pretty special here, and that wasn't. Doritos just gets a little bit too close to the sun there.
No
damage.
Himself afloat just a little bit longer, but he squeezes one in. 120 HP, 752 for Doritos, but they survive. Now it's only 2-star deficit.
So this keeps BC Gaming in the game, but SK Calalas here are going to start to lay the pressure on thick. There's not enough damage here to follow up and pick Christian off, but they got stunned twice in a row. They can't build bubbles when they're getting stunned. Now SKC still have that lead. It's a blue star though, the only thing that's keeping their head above water. Still immense map control coming from these portals, but Brian is doing basically already all that he can. Time is ticking down now. We are a blue star difference here. It has to be BC Gaming coming forward. They get rid of Christian. They get that lead, but it's taken back instantly as RHC deals with the Lou. A close game for much of it, but SK Calalas tank where it was needed. Now Derp has to play aggressively on this right-hand side, try and get some space. Loco chunked down by Christian now, who does need to respect. He's holding the blue star after all, but another hypercharged portal spawner. Christian, though, will be brought down. It's a 4-star lead here. Brian forced into the back corner. Loco going low, though the healing is not going to be enough. Loco tries to walk away, but SKC get themselves
These walls on the left-hand side. Derp going for an extra few chip shots. It's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, Loco, though, should be able to just to put some damage on the safe here from behind. Christian knows he needs to disrupt. In he goes on the safe. Look at how low it ticks down. And, oh, you're bloody kidding me. SKC.
Bullying the Mandy in the Juju up close. He's going to pop his gadget, get sneaky, and they focus him immediately. Him being brought down there.
To put the pressure down. Christian wants to probably chill and get some health back here for the time being and look to roll onto that safe as soon as they can. And remember, the Lily gadget, a Vanish is a pretty high cooldown. It's over 20 seconds, so Doritos cannot just run it down over and over.
Christian with the roll forward, looking for high safe damage, gets some value, brings it down close to 80%. Brian's still lurking though. Loco looking for tags, does get the kill, but Greek putting in a little extra overtime there and chipping away alongside that Mandy super.
One rocket rain though, and look at where we are. SK Calalas brought within 7% of BC Gaming's safe total now. Loco in trouble though, and again it's a wipe through the middle part of the map. Defense is the name of the game here for BC Gaming, but Daryl is so hard to peel off that safe. Brian's marked out here, and a big hypercharged super for RHC catches Derp out. But now Doritos gets a clear shot at the safe. They're wondering though, do we need to respect this Juju on our doorstep? Christian gonna try and go in, more damage on the safe, and SK Calalas, folks, have done it. They come out with a very clever draft to take away this final game and set. Your monthly champions here in SA.
Unbelievable performance out of these fellas. Finally, a new team on the throne here in South America. This whole region has been thrown for a loop. These guys have been lurking, waiting, not just for this year, for years.